Nikola Jokic is back on top of the NBA MVP ladder. This is your Denver Sports Daily for March 3rd.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
After multiple weeks of sitting behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic has finally taken over the one spot in the MVP ladder. Now, it's no surprise. I've been talking about Nikola Jokic this whole season, and it's incredible what he's doing. He's had the best season of his career, and that says a lot for a guy who's already won 3 MVPs. He's elevated even more in these past couple weeks than he has been this whole season. It's incredible. I have never seen numbers like this, but he's averaging 29 points per game, 12.7 rebounds per game, 10.5 assists per game, and 18 steals. And he's coming off the back of a 20-point, 14 rebound and 9 assist game against the Celtics, and he lost that game. 20 points, 14 and 9. That's a career game for most other players, and he's just doing it with ease every single day. Now, Jokic has 28 triple-doubles, leading the league so far this season, and if he keeps this pace, he could be very close to breaking Russell Westbrook's record for most in a season with 42. Now, the rest of the ladder is as follows: Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 2, Jason Tatum at 3, Giannis Antetokounmpo at 4, and LeBron James at 5. And honestly, it's crazy. LeBron James is 40 years old, averaging 25, 8, and 9. And I'm not a big LeBron fan. Obviously, I despise the Lakers, but you got to respect greatness. Again, that's what you got to say about Nikola Jokic every time. Greatness is here, and LeBron James is one of those guys. But there really is something to be said about Nikola Jokic already winning 3 MVPs and just now having the best season of his career. There's something about him. Every single year, he grows in a certain aspect. And this year, he has grown in almost every single aspect. His scoring has taken a jump. His rebounding is as incredible as usual. His assist game, this is the first time he's averaged 10.5 assists. It's nuts what he's doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wins, but I would also not be surprised at all if he gets screwed out of that MVP like he was against Joel Embiid. If Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins the MVP this year, I'm going to be very, very disappointed in the NBA. Now, moving on, the Nuggets took a heartbreaking loss to the Boston Celtics last night. Despite the Nuggets being down by 20 points at one point in the game, they managed to climb their way back only to lose 110-103. Unfortunate loss. They really gave us some hope there, but Christian Braun, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic did all that they could, but it wasn't enough to overcome Boston's offensive firepower. It seemed like every time the Nuggets had a run, got back into the game, the Celtics would shut it down with a big 3. Now, Murray did lead the Nuggets in scoring, putting up 26 points, followed by Christian Braun's 24 and Jokic's 20. And again, it really, they were going on runs. The Nuggets had good play. Down the stretch, they had big runs. They went on several 8-0 runs, 9-0 runs, but then they were shut down. The Celtics would go out there and then hit a 3 and then force a turnover and beat them on the turnover battle. That is one place where the Nuggets have been the best in the league. They've had the best points off of turnovers in the league, and they were just shut down on that end by the Celtics yesterday. And really what's surprising about this is that the Nuggets actually shot better, hitting 41 of their 86 shots at 47.7%. And then the Celtics had 37 of 78 shots. That's 47.4%. So overall, the Nuggets shot better and they won the turnover battle. The Nuggets had 11 turnovers and the Celtics had 14 turnovers. So you think that the Nuggets, who are the best team in transition points and best team off of points for points off of turnovers, would be able to win a game like that when they're winning in the turnover battle and winning in field goal percentage. But again, it's crazy. The Celtics do all of this and they just find a way to succeed. Their team is stacked from top to bottom, and they just know how to take down teams who are built for a championship. And the Nuggets are one of those teams who are built for a championship. And this is honestly going to be a great finals if it really comes down to this, because honestly, I got hope. I really do have hope that the Nuggets could go out there and beat this team in a 7-game series. Now, again, despite that effort, it really seemed like the Nuggets weren't trying to win. They were trying not to lose. So, you got to kind of look at like they weren't playing as hard as they could have. But after the loss, the Nuggets are now 39-22 and moved down to 3rd in the West, tied with the Lakers, who moved all the way up to 2nd place after their win last night. Now, moving on, The Avalanche got a big 5-2 win over the Minnesota Wild this weekend. The Avs look like they're on a mission right now. They've scored 5 goals and won each of their last matchups against the New Jersey Devils and Minnesota Wild. Now, the Wild were able to jump ahead in the Central Division standings, but after Friday's game, Minnesota and Colorado were all tied up. Now, that win was a total team effort from the Avs. Ross Colton, Jonathan Drouin, Jack Drury, and Val Nichushkin all got a goal. Just a great play all around. Mackenzie Blackwood, again, saved 18 shots, allowing only 2, recording a .900 save percentage. Mackenzie Blackwood, that's my guy. Love that guy. Now, after the win, the Avs are now 35, 24, and 2, and still 4th in the Central Division, but only still 2 points behind the Wild. Those matchups are great. The Wild or the Avs, have now won 2 of the 3 matchups between these two teams. They're playing again in a couple weeks, but wow, are they not fun? 5-2. That's a great way to get back after their last game where they lost against the Wild. I mean, the last time these two teams played, the Avs lost, but wow, what a way to get back out there. They've won 2 big wins now, especially coming off those 2 back-to-back losses after the Four Nations face-off. Just great that they're finally getting back on track, winning 2 in a row. That's exactly what they need to do. Just go 1-0, 1-0. Win the next game. The Avs are built right now for a Stanley Cup. They are looking to make a deep run, and more with that. If they want to make a deep run, they got to keep doing things like this. They made another trade over this weekend. The NHL trade deadline is approaching, and clearly the Avs didn't feel like they had it all. They didn't have all the pieces they needed for the season. So Saturday morning, the Avs and New York Rangers reached an agreement that landed Colorado Ryan Lindgren, Jimmy Vesey, and Hank Kempf. While New York receives Calvin DeHaan, I always have a hard time pronouncing this, Juuso Parsinen, and a 2nd-round pick along with a 4th-round pick. Now, Lindgren has played in 54 games so far this year, recording 2 goals and 17 assists. And in his 7-year career, he's notched 12 goals and 87 assists. Now, Vesey has only played in 33 games this season, recording 2 goals and 4 assists, but has 100 career goals and 92 career assists over his 9-year career. Now, with the Avs looking to make a deep postseason run, like I was just talking about, moves like this could prove to be very helpful. You're building your team, just great. It's great moving pieces like this. Obviously, the Avs have been no stranger to big trades over this year, and this is not one of those huge blockbuster trades like Mikko Rantanen or getting Mackenzie Blackwood. This is not one of those, but this is going to give some depth going into the postseason. It's getting close. You got to get some depth, and with the trade deadline coming up, they felt like they just needed a little bit more. Now, that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow. I do want to read some of your comments. Came back from down 20, but played horrible the last 3 minutes of the game. Yeah, if you were watching it, there were just several times that they had a chance to tie up the game or take the lead in those last 3 minutes, and they just couldn't do it. Every shot that they put up didn't look like it was going in. Russell Westbrook, I love him. I love him on this team. He's been a huge key factor, but there were several mistakes that I could visibly see kind of shut the team down. You could see it. You were watching it, and there were mistakes that happened, and that's fine, but it's just like the life was sucked out of them so many times. It's only so many times that you can go on a run and feel like you're coming back to be shut down and keep that going. There's no way. You go out there and you make a big run, and then they hit a big 3, force a turnover, score an and 1. There were so many plays that happened like that for the Celtics. It just sucked the life out of the Nuggets. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, rebounding was horrible. It looked like, I mean, again, Nikola Jokic, 14 rebounds, but still just not great overall. Not great at all. Now that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow. Some big news coming up. Obviously, the draft is coming soon. I'm very excited for the draft. It's going to be a big one. I'm so excited to see what the Broncos can do. And then I really want to see what the Avs do with these new key pieces. It could be very helpful. Now that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.